Welcome to Cook's Rod Shop. This week we're going to try to get the frame back underneath the 57 Chevy. We got looking into it a little deeper, and I need to get the rear floors done in the car, and I believe we're going to have to take a look at where the frame actually sits to the floorboards. I thought I had an idea, but the more I looked at it, the more I figured I better get the body on there, or I'm going to end up cutting stuff back out, and that wouldn't be a good thing. Let me give you a little run through of where we're sitting on the 57. It's been a couple weeks since we've actually recorded this, so I'll show you a couple things that we have got done, because we've been doing a lot of work on it, but it's not a whole lot that we can record and show you, but we will give you a run through and show you what we got going on. Okay guys, here we go. The firewall has been shaved out a little bit, got rid of the holes that were in the firewall. It's definitely not a perfect job, but we're just gonna put a little bit of body filler on there. It's not gonna take much. We're just gonna make a nice clean driver out of this, so happy with the way that went. The body bushings are on the frame, because we're gonna be dropping that down on there. Won't be long and we can get those cross braces out of there. Probably can do it now, but we got other things to worry about. It's looking good. We'll be putting some patch panels on that quarter there. We got some panels that we're going to be putting on that back right there. But what I want to get done first is I want to get the floorboards in there. So got to figure out exactly where I can run braces without running into that frame. Figured I better get the frame underneath there, or I'm going to put something in the way, and then that's not going to be good. I'll have to cut it back out. So okay guys, I will fill you in more as we go along. Okay guys, first time back on the frame. Let's see what we got to work with. Come up, happy with it. The stuff so far, holes are lining up. Bushings are lining up with the holes to the floorboard. I'm glad I did not put the pieces in I was going to, because it would have ran into the floors. We have to keep that area open as much as we can between the frame and the tire, because I want to fill it in with tire. So we got to run that brace up there, and we need to stay at least as wide as the frame. But definitely is a change from 2 months ago. Remember guys, this is just a part-time thing that I work on after work. So basically in 3 months we went from a car that needed totally stripped down and floors were gone to what we're sitting here. Learned a bunch of lessons so far that I would change on the next one. Some of the other guys I follow, I laughed this week because they put out a video that showed what we should have done, and I thought, geez, if they would have only told me that a week earlier. For the windows, the best thing to use is underlayment, or take the glass out would be, to me, the perfect thing. But underlayment, if you're going to leave the glass in, to help with the sandblasting, not damaging windows, because I believe we did damage a window. I have not taken it off yet, but Another thing they gave a tip to is put blue painter's tape on the glass and the rubber, and then go with your good tape, because it'll help the adhesive not stick to everything. So excuse me. So we will have fun getting all that adhesive off, but I'm telling you, that's the way you learn. You make a mistake, you do it different the next time. Okay, we're getting back out here to the shop. Been working on a few other things, thinking about how we want to do this. The problem, and it's really hard to tell, guys, but we need to keep the wheel wells open as far as we can so we can put as big a tire in there as we ever want to, considering the frame is right there. We're not going to Pro Street this. But we have some old bracing for the floor right there, but I'm going to try to show you guys what we got going on here. If you lay this board on top of there, this shows you where the floor is supposed to be. And it shows you we don't have very much room back there. So it's a matter of figuring out how you want to put the floor in there. And I came up with an idea, and I'm going to kind of show you a few of the challenges. We also are going to take the body back off of the frame. Glad I put it on there to see my clearances. But I'm glad I did not start the floor until doing this part, because I would have been cutting it back out and doing it over. So I will try to show you a few things along the way, but we're going to get some braces in there and move forward with this. Okay, guys, got the body back off of the frame. Kind of show you, we're gonna get rid of those brackets. Been hanging on to them, trying to decide if I want to use them, and there's just no reason for it. It just is not gonna work for what we're going after right now, so they're coming off of there. Okay, we got the floorboards in, the bracing, and I'm going to show you guys a little closer. We've had the car off and on the frame at least 6 times now, and we're going to put it back on again just to try the final fit and get a good look at it. And let me give you a closer look at what we got here. Okay, now a lot of things we had to make sure it didn't run into, but remember we got rid of a spare tire holder here and put our fuel cell here. So we had to make sure that we could make a trap door if we want to down the road right here to get to it, which we will show you that closer up when we put it back on the frame. But then we had a notch out for the frame, which you'll understand a little bit more when we show it back on it. But just wanted to give you a little view before we drop it onto the frame, so you can kind of see more of the structure we built for the floor, because this is totally not original, and it's not the way it was original, because we changed this to the coilover and the fuel cell, which made us have to rearrange this a little bit. But we will get it back on the frame and kind of show you a little bit of that, and then we'll give you a close-up and we'll go from there. Okay, it's back on its frame. Let's go ahead and bring you in for a little bit of a closer up. Okay, here's what we ran into. Is we got an opening big enough that if we ever want to put a trap door in here, we can. That way we can get to the fuel. Originally, the fuel came in back over here. The fuel comes in here, and that's where we plan on putting it again, and it will come in, and it will come in under here, and it'll swoop over, and there'll be a hookup right in the side of this tank, and that way we can hook it and fill it just like original. Some of the things that was a challenge on this is the frame was in the way of the metal, so looking back at the original, it did come with body bushings to put in between that floor right there, so I'm going to put the body spacers back in there, so it will be mounted down up there. And then I made this framework the same width as the frame, so now we can put wider tires in. So we're definitely doing some mods back here, but it's all cut out anyway. So now's the time to do it. And then I will give you a quick look at the floor going in. Let me find my gloves. And we are going to do a little more to this, but I just kind of want to show you how this instantly gives you some bracing for some floorboard. So there you go. We got floors in there. Now the next project's going to be all the wheel wells. The wheel wells were out here before, and that was a part of the wheel well there, and it just went up and over to the front of the tire. Now they're going to come out, so we added a good 3.5 inches to our wheel wells. So we will bring this in. That way we can put wider tires under this car. So happy with the way it's coming out so far, and we will have the body off a few more times because remember, I have to replace all these panels here, and I got to put partial quarters on it. So we'll be lifting it back off to do all that, but I wanted to get this all welded in solid so we didn't move around the back of the car any. So I appreciate you guys checking in with us, and I would appreciate if you'd like, comment, and subscribe.